Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone is doing good. Hope everyone's doing well. Guys, it is Friday, and we are a couple of days from the big game between Manchester United and Arsenal. This is the preview of Manchester United and Arsenal. We will be digesting the presser as well from Ruben Amorim. Some interesting takes on the presser, of course, including Ruben Amorim backing the protests as well, saying that everyone deserves to protest, which is very, very telling. Has he gone against the Glazers? Has he gone against Ineos there? So very, very important stuff going on there in regards to that. I will be digesting that, deflecting on that, of course, guys. And also, I have my team news in regards to the team I think will play against Arsenal on Sunday. And there will be some surprises in my team lineup. I feel like this game is a perfect opportunity for us to really try out some new players and get some young players in there, in my opinion. I really do. So really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great show. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Of course, guys, please don't forget to smash a like on the video if you could be as kind. And also, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you so much, guys. But let's get straight into it. I want to get straight into Ruben Amorim's press conference just to set the mood for the show, of course, guys. I want to go through this with you. So let's bring it in.
Good catch that. With team news, any chance Harry or Manuel can make Sunday? Do you think for Arsenal?
I don't know. We need to survive Sunday. The team was so tired in the last 20 minutes, and we have to prepare Sunday and then think about this important game for our season on Thursday. But in this moment, I don't know.
You mentioned Rasmus, for example. Cheeto, of course, couldn't play in this game. Is he someone you could think about potentially starting on Sunday against Arsenal?
Everybody can start. If they are training tomorrow, if they play today, they can be ready. And Cheeto is on the list, so he can play.
And just last one from me. You mentioned the team being a bit anxious to score goals. What can you do in the time when you're training to kind of ease that anxiousness? What can you do on and off the pitch to solve that?
You just have to sell them the idea, these movements that we did sometimes today. We have to work on and to show the image. But in the end, they have to score. If they score one, it's going to be so much easier. So they need to score. He needs to score the first one.
Simon. Hi, Ruben. Are you expecting to have anyone back available for this match?
I don't know. I don't think so. So we'll see.
Have you ever had to deal with such issues in your career? I mean, you've obviously had to play a second half against Ipswich with 10 men, went 120 minutes. You've had to come here. Have you ever had to experience anything like this?
Guys, I'll be ready for everything after this season. So it's a good thing.
I'm not sure if you're aware, Ruben, there's quite a big protest planned around the game on Sunday. Obviously, you've had to deal with quite a lot of turmoil already at the club. Does the things that are happening outside the club, like a protest before a big game against Arsenal, does it make your job more difficult, do you think?
No, I think it's for everybody in our club is a really tough moment. It's everything at the same time. The only thing I can do and our players can do is perform well and win. People have the right to protest. I think it's a good thing to do that. It's part of our club. Everybody has a voice, but our job, in my job, is just to improve the team, give them something in this moment because they deserve it and they are amazing.
So that there, in regards to the protest, of course, he is backing the protest. He says everyone should deserve to protest. It is part of our club, which is obviously true. And look, you know what? This is the first time I've heard a manager say this. It's the first time I've heard a manager go out of his way to back the protest, of course. And, you know, that is the first time that has happened, you know, since I can remember. So it is quite telling. And has he gone against the Glazers? Is that a little bit of a dig at the Glazers? Is that a little bit of a dig at Ineos, of course, guys? So that is very, very important, of course. You know, that is very, very important, guys. Let me just get this back up.
So we will see on Sunday on Thursday.
James.
Is this like the worst sort of fixture you could have at this moment in time?
Yeah,
And is it just about getting out, just getting through it?
Yeah, any fixture in Premier League, every game is really important. In our moment, we need to win. It's always a problem when we don't win, so we have to focus on everything at the same time. I think the biggest problem is not to have all the players, because in the beginning people talk about our rotation, especially in Europe, and we were changing all the time. Is because of this, because it's really hard, and Europa League is so much harder, in my opinion, than Champions League. Not the games, but the recovery to play Premier League on the weekend. So we have to deal with that.
And the problem is because you've got such a big game on Thursday, there's that, you don't want to drain all the players.
Yeah,
You're not gonna...
one thing at a time. We'll think about Sunday, and then we will see. Chris.
Sorry, Ruben. I think we asked you about 2 weeks ago about Mason Mount and Luke Shaw. Do you think we'll see them again this season? And are there any other players apart from Lissandro and Ahmad who you think we won't see again this season?
No. I think it's just Ahmad, and even Ahmad, we'll see in the end of the last month. It could be. I don't want to say nothing to, but I have the hope to have Ahmad before. We'll see.
So there we are. In regards to Ahmad, I did mention this on the show this morning about Ahmad will be available in the middle and the end of April. So he has confirmed there that Ahmad will be available, hopefully in the last month, but nothing is basically confirmed. But I do believe Ahmad could be back. And you know what? Ahmad can still play a very important role in our team. I really do. I think he can still play a pivotal role this season. I really do. And hopefully we do. Let's read some of your comments, guys. Big up, Danny B. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. GK, big up yourself. Hope you're doing well, of course. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Danny B. Big up yourself. Don't forget to like the video, and please don't forget to subscribe as well, guys. Thank you so much. Big up, Jim. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Danny B, no lurking. All should be absolutely. Big up everyone, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up Sal. Both attack and Arsenal's are weak. I see this as a draw, Kenny. It could be. You know what, Kenny? To be honest with you, the way things are going at the moment, I think I'll be happy with a draw. I'm never happy with a draw in reality, but the way things are going, I think that a draw will be okay. I don't think it would be that bad, if I'm being honest with you. SLD, well, big up Brad Pitt twin. Absolutely. Big up SLD. What's going on, my friend? Absolutely. Big up yourself. Big up Danny B, of course. Jim, well, I suppose we're showing some balls to speak up against the Glazers, even if it is slightly and carefully spoken. Big up our hero, Ruben Amorim. Voice for the fans. First time, absolutely, Jim. First time I've heard a manager actually speak up and say that protests are a good thing. Protests are a good thing. I really like that, of course, you know. Ruben Amorim he isn't the character to sugarcoat things and to sweeten things up. I think he's a very honest enough. Sometimes maybe his honesty gets him in trouble, but you know what? He's a real guy, and that's refreshing, of course. Let's carry on with this.
Listen, result. Kobe can return. Kobe and the rest is why we have to be careful. Manu will return. I think Luke Shaw and Mason Mount can return also. We'll see.
If you reach the final, hopefully Ahmad possibly will go back.
Let's talk about Sunday. We'll see. But they definitely are going to return, especially Mason Mount.
Dave. Hi, Ruben. Is there any way at all you can rotate and freshen up for Sunday? Because obviously Thursday is such a huge game. It takes priority over Sunday.
Yeah, but when you are in this kind of club, you cannot think like that with a small squad in this moment. So we are trying to see all the players that are fresh and are not in danger to get an injury. Even that, we have to risk a little bit, but we have to be competitive on Sunday.
Last question, Samuel.
Just on Mikel Arteta, he dealt with some like big players at Arsenal, had to get them out of the club and make some big decisions, and he's made Arsenal a big force again. Do you see some similarities with what you've got with at Manchester United and the way you're having to go about the job?
I don't feel that. I will not have the time that Arteta had. I feel that it's a different club. So We just need to survive the players on Sunday and me during these games. I think it's a different club. I think in that aspect, the way Arteta dealt with that is an inspiration for everybody. I will not have the time like Arteta had. Thank you.
Okay, guys, that was Ruben Amorim, of course, the Arsenal presser, of course, for Sunday, of course, guys. Very, very important, very controversial comment there at the end in regards to Mikel Arteta. He said that he won't be given as much time as Mikel Arteta. He won't have the time that Mikel Arteta has had. I mean, do you think this is true, guys? Do you think Ineos are trigger happy? Do you think that they could pull the plug? Do you think that? If they do, it'd be an absolute disgrace looking at the situation, what's going on at this football club at the moment, the injuries, not being backed in the window, it will be absolutely incredible. But Arsenal, for example, I know Arsenal haven't won anything, but the way Arsenal play, their style of play is an accumulation of many years of backing the manager, which was Mikel Arteta, giving Mikel Arteta the tools to get rid of certain players, even when some of those players were fan favorites. Do you know what I mean? Like Aubameyang, Bumper Clock, Yang, whatever it was. Even that. So that is the difference. That is what you have to do to have success these days. You have to have patience. You have to have, an element of calmness about yourself, rather than just jumping down the manager's throat. It's just insanity, to be honest with you. You can tell by Ruben Amorim during this presser that he was incredibly stressed. You can tell he's stressed. You can tell what's going on with the squad. You look at our bench last night. This is why I don't take a 1-1 draw away to Real Sociedad with a depleted squad lightly. I don't and the fact that we even had a chance to win that game when we should have won that game comfortably, for me, you know what, it was a good result. And hopefully next week we will go into that game on Thursday and win the game and we go from there, of course. But Arsenal first on Sunday. Of course, Arsenal is a game that, I've been raised with Man United and Arsenal. During the 90s, the rivalry, in particular the late 90s, the early turn of this century between Arsenal and Man United, of course. We've had some great games with each other, and this is still the most important game in the Premier League in regards to the last 30 years. I still believe that, because these two teams kind of signified the Premier League back in the late 90s, mid 90s, and the turn of this century. It was Man United and Arsenal who really put the Premier League on the map, back on the map, of course. Well, before it, there was the Division 1, of course, but the Premier League back on the map, in my opinion. I think it was Arsenal-Man United's rivalry which captivated an audience for the Premier League, in my opinion. And, it was, Man United versus Liverpool will always be the biggest game, will always be the most rivalry-filled game in English football. But in regards to two teams that were fighting it out, two teams that were very similar and level on talent, in regards to, there was only slight with them. It was Arsenal and Man United, in my opinion. Absolutely. Jim, got to take my hat off to Ruben Amorim. The United job right now has to be the most difficult job when he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Massive respect. Absolutely. And the way he handles himself, the way he handles himself is absolutely fantastic. It's fantastic. And, I would say is this, if you cannot understand football, right? If you don't understand football, Ruben Amorim is the person to listen to, because at the end of the day, he understands football, and you can tell he understands football. He knows about success. He knows about the problems. He's honest. And for people to be turning on him already, I mean, it's disgraceful. As a Man United fan for many, many years, for me, it is very disgraceful. And they should be hiding their face, do you know what I mean, under a stone, because at the end of the day, they are just there for vibes, and they're just there for, player FC and, clicks and likes, and that's what they're there for. They don't really understand the situation. They don't understand the context of the situation in regards to what Ruben Amorim is having to deal with at the moment. And I feel sorry for Ruben Amorim, because he came into a football club. He left Sporting Lisbon mid-season. Sporting Lisbon were flying, champions of their country in Portugal, in the Champions League, smashing it in the Champions League. And he decided to come to Man United, because Man United have been serial underachievers for the last 12 years. But he hasn't only come into Manchester United, he's become into the worst Manchester United team of all time. And I actually believe he meant what he said when he said that, you know, and he's trying to change a culture at a football club, you know. He's trying to make a derelict house look pretty, basically, with a lick of paint, basically. That is basically what he's trying to do. And Man United have fundamental problems that run deep, of course, and high in regards to the ownership. That is where it all comes from. And it obviously resonates all the way down to the bottom. Big up Red Devil, big up Rich. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, of course, back in the stream. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, fans are very impatient, mate. Fans are very impatient. And it's the patience, the lack of patience is the reason why we're not going to get the success that we want. No, we're going to win the odd trophy here and there, but we're not going to get sustainability. We're not going to get a consistent amount of success, and not only success in regards to FA Cup and Europa League. I'm talking about success in regards to the Premier League and the Champions League. We won't get that unless we are patient, you know. And these people, these so-called fans out there who are not patient, who don't have the ability to sit down straight and stop fidgeting. They, you know, at the end of the day, they just need to turn around and start watching another sport or something else. You know what I mean? That's what they should do, because at the end of the day, they're too impatient, and the impatience is what's going to kill us in the end. You know, because every time we're looking at a plant, right? We're looking at a plant. We're looking at a lump of soil in the plant pot, right? And what we're doing is screaming at that plant pot with the lump of soil in the plant pot, and we are angry because the plant is not growing, right? No matter how hard we scream at that plant pot with the soil, that plant is not going to grow. It doesn't matter what you scream, whether you swear at it, whatever, you know. So what is happening is that we're screaming and screaming, and eventually the plant starts to grow, right? And you know what? It's growing very slowly, right? And then as soon as it has the one leaf that comes out, we cut it off and we start again, and then we scream at the plant pot again. And that is what we do, you know, and we're doing that again and again and again. And we're going round and around and around every single time. And we're never, you know what, we're going 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. That's what we're doing every single time. Kenny, as long as Arsenal make top 4, Arteta stays. That's it, isn't it? And you know what? I would love to be top 4 right now. Obviously, we're not good enough to be in there at the moment, but I came from a generation where you win. Unfortunately, these days, winning isn't the most important thing. It's the taking part that counts. This is why you can't, you know what, you can't criticize or critique or analyze a player that is someone's favorite, because they take it out of context and they get angry. If I say something wrong about Bruno, for example, if I say something wrong about Dalot, for example, people get angry and they jump on this, you know what, leave him alone. You know, he's not the worst player. And you know what, the funniest thing is like, even on my Twitter page, I have, you know, I talk about lots of players. I talk about, today I've spoken about Xerxes, I've spoken about Bruno, I've spoken about De Ligt, you know, just in a few hours I have. And when you start talking about someone that is a favorite, you know, they go, oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. You know, you can't say that. He's the only one this. He's the only one that. Mate, the only thing I see, right, is Manchester United. I don't see players. I don't see this and that. I don't care, right? All I see is where Manchester United are in the table, how Manchester United are performing, the results that we got. That's all I care about, and that's all I'm seeing at the moment. Jim, they also got rid of Shaqiri, Grand Xhaka. I hate to admit it, Arsenal doing well. It hurts me to say that. Well, they're doing well, but not winning trophies. Trophies is a big thing, of course. Well, Jim Watkins, they ain't doing well this season, to be honest. They got to win trophies. Well, for me, is winning trophies. In regards to footballing style, they're doing okay. They're good at that. Yeah, but football is about trophies. When you retire, you're not going to say, you know what I've done? I played a pretty style of football. No one cares, really, do they? At the end of the day, you know, and they have to win. But the overriding thing, the way Arsenal have improved, is because Arteta was given time. Perhaps too much time, but he's given time. He wasn't only given time. He was given the authority to get rid of players that, you know, are fan favorites as well. This is something that Ruben Amorim is trying to implement. What I'm seeing now in regards to this press conference is that he's been told something by Ineos, by Glazers, whoever it was, right? Any one of those Muppets up there, right? He's been told something that you better get the results right, or this is not going to end well for you. This is how it seems for me. This is how it seems for me. And whether it's right or wrong, you know what I mean? It just came across that way in that press conference. I don't know how to explain it. You know, the way he spoke about, you know, if I'm given that time, you know, how do you think that? He's either defeatist or he's been told, you know, that, you know, you better get the results right, or you better win the Europa League and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And I feel sorry for Ruben Amorim. I really do. And, you know, if Man United sack Ruben Amorim, we deserve everything we're going to get. We deserve everything we were going to get. You know, we deserve Gareth Southgate. You know, we deserve all that business, you know. I mean, I come from, like, you know what? As an Englishman, we have some of the best, the generational talent of England, right? We had the best England team in the last 30, 40 years, right? Okay. And, you know, Gareth Southgate couldn't play a brand of football. Gareth Southgate, because of the talent in that team, they still reached finals. But he couldn't get over the line because he's not a good manager. Great managers manage to get over the line regardless. You know, they find a way to win. You know, and if Ruben Amorim was in charge of England all these years, England would have won a few trophies, definitely. And, you know, we're really, really doing it to ourselves in regards to, you know, the slander, what's going on around the silent minority. It is a minority, a loud minority, I should say, in regards to Ruben Amorim. You know, some of these fan channels who start their shows with, you know what, I'm not Ruben Amorim out, but we have to have a serious conversation about him. You know, these sort of things that, you know, I don't like, you know, because it plants a seed, as I've always said. They say, yes, not winning the league, but yeah, 3 years they keep challenging and losing. For me, there's difference between, at the end of the day, winning and challenging. Who cares? Second place. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came second. Jose Mourinho came second. It doesn't really matter, because what happens if you don't win it? If you don't win the league, eventually you're going to start going down again. You have to get that win. You have to get that title. So he's taken them to a level. Personally, I don't think he's the right guy now. I think Arsenal needs someone a little bit more ruthless, in my opinion. Absolutely. We shouldn't celebrate failure. I don't celebrate failure. We're in the generations where failure is acceptable. It's not for me. I don't think that second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place, sixth place, seventh place, there's any difference. Second place is just the best loser for me, you know. And you know what? I know that is something for me to say as a Man United fan, but the fact of the matter is, it is for me, because I was raised in a generation where the champions went to the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? Not the second and the third and the fourth team and the fifth team sometimes, you know. It's just promoting failure, to be honest. And what Arteta has done, he's brought Arsenal to a level, but are they that good? Not really. They, you know, at the end of the day, we beat them with 10 men, you know, and he was outschooled. He was schooled by Ruben Amorim, you know. Big up, Sal. What's going on, LT? How you doing, my friend? Funny how Amorim's interview, the narrative was that he doesn't see Europa as important to our season. But yeah, today's presser was like, Amorim, the Arsenal game is not important. Absolute LT. Do you know what? We all know the spin that this media do. You know, they pick something, forgetting that English is not Ruben Amorim's first language, by the way. So they pick something and then they twist it and they make it and they mold it into fit a narrative that is their narrative. Right, that is the English media for you. Yeah, so that's what they do. So that you have to be very careful and selective what you say in front of the English media. You really do, and you have to actually just, you know what? I know sometimes you have to be a little bit rude. You have to be. You can't be likable, because sometimes they just the media just want to jump on you. To be honest with you, at the end of the day, Kenny, Jim Watkins, Arsenal's league title chase over against West Ham. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, Kenny, I remember walking out of Old Trafford, right, at Man United, coming second, right? It's like someone had died back when I was younger, right? When we came second, it was like someone had died. You know, we were absolutely devastated. We went in hiding, you know, second place. You know what I mean? Sir Matt Busby said he never wanted to be second to anybody. You know, and I still believe that. So for me, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all the way down to 16th, I don't really care, because it promotes failure. And unless you're winning the Champions League, which, listen, Arsenal are not going to win the Champions League. You know, there's no difference, you know, for me, definitely. Beef Bully, what's going on? Love your standing on the club's trivias. You are the man of your words. I like it. Thank you so much, Beef Bully. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for your compliments and generosity, my guy. Thank you very much, of course. Rasta, I've been telling a friend of mine that there's an Arsenal fan. Your manager is not one of bring you over the line. And yes, I'm talking nonsense. And my response, you had 1 trophy in 5 years. At the end of the day, look, you know what? I've seen Arsenal fans celebrating that Man United got knocked out of the FA Cup against Fulham, forgetting that we knocked them out of the FA Cup with 10 men. Isn't it ironic? I'm sounding like Alanis Morissette at the moment. But isn't it ironic? Don't you think? You know, because at the end of the day, we knocked them out with 10 men. We had 10 men against 11 and a referee against us in their home ground, and we knocked them out. So they're talking about an Emery team, which won the FA Cup, by the way, not an Arteta team, and 5 years ago. And they're talking about, they're trying to slander and banter Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? They just need to get in the bin, absolutely. Arsenal just need a top quality coach, but they won't. They need a coach that's going to be ruthless and get them over the line, isn't it? At the end of the day, that's what they need. But they're not going to get that, to be honest with you. They're definitely not going to get that. Absolutely not. Jim, you're right, Sal. I don't celebrate second, fourth, third. When I say, well, I mean, not only that in a sense, okay, no, big up. Beef Bully, Amarim, big up. Big up, Beef Bully. I get you, bro. I get you. Word up, Sal. These media men are like working police. Never trust it. Look, at the end of the day, one thing I would say to everyone, every Manchester United fan, we have enough enemies. We have our rival fans. We have the media, the majority. We have the radio stations. And hell, we even have some of our own fans against us. So it's us as proper Manchester United fans. It's up to us to support the manager right now. You know, and without that, listen, I've been supporting Manchester United since the days of Mr. T and the A team. All right. Okay. And I'm talking about 1989 when I was a toddler. Okay. And that was, I mean, you wouldn't even guess what age I am now. You know, and I'm talking about, you know, why am I so patient? Why am I so patient? But why are these new school fans, you know what I mean, who have been supporting Man United, 10 years maximum, 20 years, no offense, 20 years maximum, the ones that are Amarim out? Why are they the ones that are Amarim out? You know, because shouldn't it be me? Shouldn't it be the people who have been supporting a club a long time who should have the standards? Because I witnessed everything under the greatest manager of all time, Sir Alex Ferguson. Why are they the ones? You know what I mean? LT, my worry about the game is that the fatigue showed in yesterday's game because the squad at the moment is really thin. And I trust Amron to play in a youth because he plays them. If he fails, they are ready. Absolutely. I agree, my friend. I agree. LT, as usual, top comment, my friend. The Arsenal fan base delusion. The Arsenal fan base, guys. Today, I saw a video of an Arsenal video, right? Today. They were saying that Alexis Sanchez, listen to my words, guys. Alexis Sanchez is better than Ryan Giggs. You're talking about Ryan Giggs, okay? Ryan Giggs, who won 13 Premier League titles and endless trophies for Man United. Apparently, according to Turkish and all those guys over there, delusional guys over there, Alexis Sanchez is better than Ryan Giggs. This shows you the state of their delusion. Delusions of grandeur. Delusions of grandeur. It is actually a condition. I think when you are born, you catch Arsenalitis. Arsenalitis is a disease you get when you start supporting Arsenal because you get so delusional, right? Arsenal Football Club have never won the biggest European trophy in the world, right? Which is the Champions League. They never won it. Right? They haven't won a European trophy since 1994, right? Against Parma, and that trophy doesn't exist anymore. Right? And this is what I'm saying. Big up, Jim, my friend. Hit the lights, people. Thank you so much, Rasta. Big up yourself. I'm going for Manchester United 3, Arsenal 1. Now, guys, I want to bring in my football team. I don't want you to laugh, guys, because I believe that this team, right, is the team that should play because I do believe that we need to rest some players, guys. So I want you to bear this in mind when I show you this, okay? So this is the team that I would pick for the Arsenal game, guys. This is a team that I'll pick for the Arsenal game, okay? You're going to look at that team and you're going to say, my goodness, Sal, what are you talking about, Sal? What's going on, Sal? My eggs are in the Europa League basket. I believe that this team can compete. And I think that if we give some of these young players a chance, they won't let us down. Believe it. I believe in these players. And I believe if we give some of these young players a chance, they won't let us down. I'm excited about Ibrahimov. I think he's a brilliant young player. And I think that when he gets a chance, you're going to see. Chido, right? Brilliant player. You can tell how good he is the last time he played. And I would like to see him start now. I would also like to see Harry Amas start. I would also like, because Dorgu had a knock against Real Sociedad. And after that knock, he didn't play well for me. He didn't really play well. Aiden Heaven, I mean, there's been big talk about Aiden Heaven already. Absolutely brilliant. Can't wait to see him start for Man United. And Collier. So look, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 young players in that team. The rest of those players are experienced players, right? So look, you've got those players there, but which will add energy to the kind of dinosaurs in our team. I'm playing Maguire and I'm playing Lindelof is because I want to give De Ligt and I want to give Euro and Mazraoui a rest. That's what I want to do. I want to give them a rest because I feel like Maguire and Lindelof are good enough to handle the pressure. They're experienced enough to handle the pressure along with Bruno. So Bruno, Eriksen and Dalot will play. We've got no one else but Dalot. Dalot's the only choice we got on the right wing back position. So that is the lineup that I will be going for, guys. When we look at the last few results for Manchester United, of course, and Arsenal, we haven't had a good time. Our last win properly in 90 minutes was in 2022 when we won 3-1 under Erik ten Hag. Since then, we've had an array of bad results, losing 3-2 in 23, losing 3-1 in 23, which was the offside Garnacho goal, remember that? Losing 1-0 at Old Trafford last year and also losing 2-0 at this season, of course, which was a difficult pill to swallow. Of course, we beat Arsenal on penalties in the FA Cup with 10 men just a few weeks ago. Okay, so that is our saving grace. But at Old Trafford, it's going to be significantly different. The last time we played Arsenal in the league, yes, we lost this game 2-0. I felt Man United played well in this game, but unfortunately, the killer instinct just wasn't there again. The killer instinct wasn't there again, of course. But, of course, on a brighter note, we have beaten Arsenal in the FA Cup with 10 men, right? And a referee who was against us, of course. And, we have to bear that in mind. And we have to take confidence from that. Hell, we have to take confidence. That's what we have to do, because what else are we going to take confidence from? We have to really believe in ourselves. And if we play a youthful team, I'm all for it. I'm all for it because I know it's probably not going to be that team. I know that. But the thing, what I would say is that, maybe we should try some of these guys. The league is almost over, right? Maybe we should try some of these guys. So when it comes to next season, the ones that are good enough will play. The ones that are not good enough will stay at home. Absolutely. In regards to a classic game, okay, I'm going the Manchester United 6, Arsenal 1. Dwight York scoring a first half hat-trick. Manchester United were 5-1 up in the first half. Of course, Roy Keane scoring, getting on the score sheet as well. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Teddy Sheringham. Now, this is the type of result that we used to have against Arsenal back in 2001. These are the type of results that we used to have. We don't have these results anymore. Of course, we used to smash Arsenal up all the time. It used to be back in them days. It was fun beating Arsenal. I actually had so much confidence every single time we went into games against Arsenal. And that typified when we had Robin van Persie getting the Guard of Honor. Robin van Persie left Arsenal to win a trophy at Manchester United. And what happened? He won the Premier League trophy, signing for Manchester United. And he got a Guard of Honor from Arsenal football team, right? Never our club. Never will it be our club giving a Guard of Honor to any Arsenal fans, any Arsenal player, as long as I live. And to be honest with you, an ex-player at that in Robin van Persie, who scored against Arsenal that season too. And we won the Premier League title, of course, guys. So, you know, there's plenty. I'm trying to build up the spirits. I'm trying to get the confidence going. I'm trying to get the blood flowing, of course. And hopefully we'll win the game on Sunday, guys. And you know what? As long as we don't lose the game and we move on to Real Sociedad, of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. No way. Just comparing. They have, Kenny. Check it out. Check it out on. Let me have a look at this. 1 second. All right, guys. I'll show you this. Right. I'll show you this. I will show you this. Right, and I'll give you an example of why Arsenal fans are so delusional, and why we should be very careful when we're giving Arsenal any sort of praise, guys. Any sort of praise, okay? Because Arsenal fans are just the most delusional fans I've ever seen in my life. And to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to get better. You know, they're just going to get worse. If they manage to win a major trophy, God forbid, you're going to see Arsenal fans, you know what I mean, getting a whole lot worse. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would say in regards to that. So let me bring up this, all right? Let me put it on a big screen. Okay, and let's play this. Let's go.
He wasn't.
He was.
Sanchez was doing it in a bad Arsenal side as well. He was doing things single-handedly.
If he was a better player, he'd be doing it in a good Arsenal side.
Yards out the goal in the FA Cup fight, doing nuts stuff. Nuts.
He's not bad. Look, Alexis Sanchez.
Is it because you got a VHS at home? Be honest. You got a VHS at home. Dusty VHS.
Alexis Sanchez is the best Emirates era Arsenal player, maybe.
1988 or whatever.
But he's not better than Ryan Giggs, winning 13 league titles.
Yeah, but you're talking about longevity. We've agreed.
I don't think you can argue with 13 league titles.
Prime Sanchez was better than Giggs.
He wasn't.
Definitely better than Giggs. He was.
Prime
Sanchez was doing it in a bad Arsenal side as well. He was doing things single-handedly.
There you go, guys. And that is, let me just close this. So that is Arsenal fans for you. That is, you're talking about a legend like Ryan Giggs, okay? Who won a treble, okay? Who won 2 doubles, who won 13 league titles, the most decorated English player of all time, right? Welsh player, but of all time, okay? So this is what I'm talking about, Arsenal fans, right? You know, this is why when you get people like Terry Flewers, right, who I don't mind as a person, think is all right, but praising Arsenal to the point it becomes nausea, you know, it's disgusting. You know, proves to me that's not a Man United fan, because if you really knew about Man United and Arsenal and the rivalry, you wouldn't be speaking like that about a team like where we have so much history with. Do you know what I mean? Rasta, we know what it's like to win trophies when the odds are stacked us against it. They'll never be champions of you. Absolutely not. Not in my lifetime. Hopefully not anyway. Kenny, a bit of a rotation needed. I agree, sir. Absolutely, man. We need to try something. This team is okay. Arsenal are out of the race. The game is a little bit of a dead rubber, but I think we can get done. It's always going to be a risk, isn't it, Beef Bully? Because you don't know how good these players truly are. You know, you don't really know how good they are going forward. You know, young players, it's very difficult to measure, you know, because youth football is completely different. But you can only try it. You can only try it at the end of the day and see what happens, of course. I'm back with Rebel like I did when Ten Hag all the way at the end. I'm not a manager FC or player FC. I'm manager Man United FC. Michael, I would love Lindelof on the bench. His crap's out. Yeah, but at the end of the day, we need to rotate, Michael. We need to rotate. You can't keep playing Mazraoui. You can't keep playing De Ligt. You can't keep playing Euro. You've got to be smart. When you rotate, we've got a big game against Real Sociedad on Thursday. Who are we going to play? You got to rotate the team with Maguire and Lindelof. You've got to do it, because at the end of the day, this game against Real Sociedad could quite possibly go to extra time. You know what I mean? They could do with a break. Mazraoui can do with a break. Mazraoui is fasting. He's playing. He played yesterday while fasting, right? A lot of these players, you know what I mean, have played a lot of football. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, you got to give some of these players a rest. Absolutely. But Michael, I don't think you're right, mate. I don't think you're right in the head if you think playing the right team, like the same team again. So I'm encouraging the protest. Big up. Yes, the protest is on Sunday, guys. Don't forget. Big up, Tyborg. What's going on, Tyborg? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. I'm encouraging outside noise. Big up, my friend. It will be a tough match. It will be. Of course it will. It's Arsenal, Man United always is tough, of course. I support the youth. We need to give them a full license to thrive, not let the serious ruin their development. This is a big concern for me, so when seniors who can't perform, I know, but we need to rest some players, of course. Oh, God, I say absolutely. What are they smoking? I know, mate. Mate, I almost choked on my coffee, mate, when I saw that. All this copium, I'll be here on Monday after the carnage 5-0 to the Arsenal. Garby Dad, there's one place you wouldn't be. That's the Champions League final, winning a Champions League title, like I have witnessed with my own eyes a couple of times, right? So you'll never see that. You'll never see a treble. You'll never see anything like that, my friend. You never, ever, ever. You can throw your little fake, little invincible thing at us, but that is not going to, you know what, that is a fake trophy at the end of the day. Did we get a golden Champions League for being undefeated in the Champions League, guys? Did we get a golden Champions League in 1999 when we were undefeated in the Champions League? Did we get a golden Champions League when we were undefeated in the Champions League in 2008? I don't think we got a golden Champions League, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe you need to maybe we need to invent a trophy, you know what I mean? And invent another trophy like Arsenal always do, of course. Big up. Sal, I was in Pakistan over 10 years ago, holiday. I bought a Man United jersey with Van Persie name on it. I love Van Persie when he joined us. Absolutely. Sal, Joshua Xerxes, Alexander Galanja, Manta Delict, Ericsson, Toby, Collier, Diogo Dalla. I would rest those players, like you sing. We've got to rest some players. We've got a big game against Real Sociedad, guys. Massive game against Real Sociedad. Arsenal game means nothing. Ultimately, it means nothing. It doesn't. Our league title, our league position is done. We're done. We're not going to qualify for Europe. We're not going to get relegated. We are a mid-table team at the end of the day. So playing these players over again, I think it's insanity. This is what we are looking at for the game. It's a game that, you know what, we just need to get through. As Ruben Amorim said, let's just get through this game. You know, let's get through it. I always said that Arsenal fans are the most deluded ones out of the top 6. Tottenham fans were close, but they aren't this stupid. Arsenal fans are horrible. They're nasty. They've got, like, you know, like in Men in Black, they got that little, forgetful thing. Like, they got that. As soon as they lose a game, it's like, they forget after a couple of days. Of course, guys. Spot on 200%. So I can see Terry Fleurs is an Arsenal fan. I told you, mate. I told you he is. You can tell. You can tell already. Look at his face. I'll go through his Twitter page right now and I'll show you Arsenal. You can't make. I don't. One thing I don't do, Jim, is I don't talk rubbish. And when I tell you something which is factual, it's factual. And a guy who's been on his channel as well, I wouldn't talk crap, you know. Absolutely. So we are going to rotate. Yes, we are going to rotate. Like I see. Mazraoui should rest this one out. A lot of players should rest this one out, mate. Is there 2 lucky sings? Why have you got 2 lucky sings, mate? Why is there 2 lucky sings? What's going on there? I don't know. You tell me. Absolutely. I don't know. Okay. So I want to show you this, guys. So this is basically Ineos, what Ineos have spent as opposed to what they've sold so far, of course. This is what it is at the moment. We're very, very bad, Man United, at selling players. Courtesy of Sky Sports, by the way. And we're very, very bad at selling players, right? So you look at all these players, right? You know, not great, is it? Forson, free transfer. McNeil, free transfer. You know, unbelievable, you know, when you look at that and you look at the amount we're spending as well, you know, incredible when you think about that. So, but you know what, hopefully we'll make some money in the summer and we can go from there, of course, and sign some players and back Ruben Amorim. Of course, guys. Absolutely. So, guys, don't forget, you can, of course, become a member. You can become a member of the channel by, of course, going on to the QR code on the screen when it comes up and become a member, support the channel. Thank you so much, everyone who has. Thank you very, very much. It does support the channel. It does mean something when you support the channel. It shows that you support the channel, and super chats as well. So, guys, I appreciate every single person who's supporting this channel. I've got some fantastic material coming for you on the membership videos as well. And those people who support the channel, really support the channel. And not just say it, but do it. Do you know what I mean? And thank you, everyone who joins me. of course. I appreciate everything, of course. All that sweet stuff, all that sugary stuff, all that sweet stuff, guys. Guys, that will be it for me today, I think. And that is the preview between Manchester United and Arsenal and the presser. Of course, I hope you enjoyed it. Squeezed everything in, of course. I hope you enjoyed it. Absolutely. And guys, don't forget to join me tomorrow morning for Breaking Dawn, of course. I will be here bright and early in the morning, Breaking Dawn in 7 a.m. UK time, of course, guys. Have a great evening. Happy Friday. Tyborg, let me read Tyborg's comment. Under Ineos, we have only 2 positives. All the buys were very good buys, and they are backing Amram, fighting power, player power. That's it. Absolutely hope they back Ruben Amram because they haven't backed him so far. Absolutely. Those signings were under Eric Ten Hag, not Ruben Amram. So it does go to, it is up in the air whether they're going to support Ruben Amram. So far, they haven't. And getting rid of 3 players in January and bringing him in 1 is not support. It's actually detrimental to his campaign, of course. I don't think all the buys are very good either, in my opinion. Onana wasn't good either. There's a lot of buys that we've done badly, and Ineos have not been good so far. Tyborg, right? They've not been good so far. I don't believe that what they're doing at the moment is right. I spoke to Jamie Jackson, the journalist, last week, who was pretty much pro Ineos before, but after he's seen everything. Now he's seeing everything develop. He said that they're handling things badly. And that is someone who's not a Man United fan. That is Jamie Jackson, of course. And that is a journalist, of course, guys. So they've done nothing for Ruben Amram at the moment. They have to do something for him. They've thrown him in with the Sharks, lambs to the slaughter, however you want to pull it. And they have to support him in the summer. Definitely have to support him in the summer, in my opinion. Absolutely, Tyborg. I get what you mean. Absolutely, Tyborg. And I'm just saying that it's been awful so far. And looking at Ruben Amram, and as I brought the presser in earlier in the show, look at his face. What he said in regards to if I'm here, if I've given the same amount of time as Arteta. I think that's very telling. I think that is a clue as to what is going on here. I wouldn't be surprised if Ineos have told Ruben Amram that, you know what, you better start winning games. You better start winning games. I wouldn't be surprised if they've done that, in my opinion. I really wouldn't at the end of the day. So, do you like Aston Villa striker? Which one, mate? Which one? There are quite a few. Absolutely. I think Ollie Watkins. Yeah, I like Ollie Watkins. I think Ollie Watkins is a good player. Absolutely. Triple M. Amram looks like he just wants to leave right now. He does. He does. He looks like a man who's been told, right? And he looks like a man who's been told, like, you better fix up your results or you're going to get sacked. That's what it looks like. Because what he said in that press conference gives you a clue. You know, if I'm given the same time as Arteta. If. You know what I mean? Mad, isn't it? Guys, thank you so much for joining. Big up Tyborg, by the way, and big up everyone in the stream, and big up all the members, Kenny as well, and Grayo, of course, the members of the channel. Great. Barman, member of the channel, of course. Those are the Chatterboxers. Those are the true Chatterboxers. And thank you so much, everyone who's joined me today, of course, as well. Guys, have a great evening, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. I shall see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Take it easy. Have a fantastic day. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox. See you soon. Peace.